guys, Sean C. Phillips here with Dweebo, Herb, and Gina, and we just got back from seeing Black Swan, and we saw it in a theater that I did not think we were going back to.
We weren't.
Wait, it was going to be
Why
off
did
the
we have
list
to go
last
there?
time.
Another shitbox.
That same, what is the name of that
What?
theater so people know
Flower
Flower
Cinema
Hill
or
Cinema
something?
Flower Hill.
Oh my god, and the thing about those seats in there is, normally the seats go up to about, like, close to your neck. You know what I mean? Like, maybe an inch down for your neck. These seats go up on your back, and there's this much room of your back exposed on these seats.
Yeah, it's the
You're
Abe Lincoln
sitting
seats.
like this the whole time. I could barely stand up after we left.
Okay, but
And there's always an issue with lights. Either
Yeah.
they
Oh,
don't
my
turn
God.
the lights off.
Yeah, but today's
No,
issue
but tell
was
about that
the
guy that
most.
came in today.
Well, they brought this guy, the guy that is.
They always
they
introduce
bring somebody
you.
that introduces you and tells you not to use your cell phone and stuff.
But
But this was like a joke. I mean,
yeah,
the guy
I thought
had
it was a joke.
a
at first.
horrific speech impediment
He
and
really needed
obviously
to
had
stay in bathroom duty.
performance anxiety.
Yeah, he was
And he
very
stood up in
scared.
the front
And
and
he
he
kept
said,
telling people to sit down right away. Sit down
And then
right
someone
away.
came in, he's like,
Put away the
please
phone.
do a favor, sit down right away.
Sit around
Yeah.
right
Sit
now.
down right away. And
The
terrible
film is
speech
starting soon.
impediment, like
it
the
was
worst.
It was a big WTF moment.
Yeah, and
for
then
everybody.
you started
in there.
laughing, then I started laughing.
I started cracking up. I couldn't help
Everybody
it,
was
but
laughing.
Yeah, it was like, what in the
It
world?
was ridiculous.
it's hard to take him seriously when he's talking like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
And-
it's an art theater, you know, and you
Yeah.
expect somebody in there like real sort of trendy, and
But
instead
but
it's
then-
like the Village Idiot.
But those other people, though, during the, not much I can do for you, son. During that True Grit trailer, I was saying something to you, and then like this woman was like this.
Looking around.
I said one thing,
Looking
she
around.
said,
real mad about it.
then I
Well-
said something else, and the husband did this. They kept
Yeah.
looking
They
back
didn't
at
like
me.
you.
No, and
They
then
don't
she
like
got
fat
up,
people.
And I don't know
I
if she
can
complained about me or what.
Oh yeah, they don't like fat people there.
No.
But even
And
worse
then they turned
is
on the lights or something. What?
Up in
Yeah,
the
in the
projection
middle.
room, all of a
Lights
sudden
turned on.
these big light came into the theater, and people are all
Then
looking.
somebody else got up to tell them to shut it off. Did
Yeah.
you see?
I heard it.
But
It's like,
every
excuse me, shut that off.
like 3 minutes there would be a cluster of people, or at least one person would
Getting
walk
up and
out
going to the
and
bathroom.
open the door so all the light comes in and burns your retinas, and you're
Yeah,
not
because
you
this
can't
is
get
this
back
old
into the
theater.
film.
Remember the theater in Towson where the MJ Designs was? No, remember that really old theater was 2 screens
Near Timona.
We saw the
Yeah.
Sixth Sense there.
Yeah.
It's the old school theater, and I used to think I liked those kind of theaters, but now
No.
Not
they're
to
really
be
not
confused.
great
No.
because if they open the door, the whole theater's filled with light, and it messes everything up.
No, the bottom
Yeah.
line is embrace the
Stadium seating.
and
yeah.
stadium seating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but they don't
I just
show.
wish
I
they
think
showed
this is
the
coming
indie
in
movies
January in Stadium Seating.
Well,
I think
that's
that's
the
what I
whole
heard, but I
problem,
don't know.
you know? I mean, if you wanted to have a gripe, the main gripe would be, why is a quality movie like
That's
this playing in a shit box?
Yeah,
Well, we
it's
didn't
true.
plan to go there, but then
No.
the traffic was so bad
Oh,
going
yeah, we
into
never would have
We
made
couldn't get
Center
to the
City,
city there,
that we had
so.
to make a decision
Yeah, so
quickly.
we're back
No,
there.
But we should actually get into the movie and not just explain.
But
what
not
our
only
bad
that, it
experience
reminds
is.
me of when you're talking of these little funny little movie theaters, the Dick Tracy experience. Do you
Oh,
remember
my-
that, Sean?
I vomited all over the seat.
All of a sudden, we're all settled
Shit.
and everybody's happy, and Sean's about 6 or I don't know how old.
Yeah, I
And
wasn't
all of a
born
sudden,
yet.
he
Or
starts
5 or
just
6.
throwing
No,
up
he wasn't
all
like-
into.
We were older than that.
No,
No,
Dick
he
Tracy was
wasn't so.
1990.
He wasn't
It was
born.
right around before Home Alone. I remember.
And he starts to throw up all over the seat. And what do? What does Herb say to do? Get
Let's
up and
go.
go.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go.
Just leave it.
Yeah, so I'm sure somebody.
So
sat
somebody
down
else
and-
came in.
I've got a little history with that. Many years ago, there was a party when I was in college.
Oh.
And you know how everybody lays their coats on the bed?
Mhm.
I mean, when you come in, everybody takes their coats and stuff. Well, it was wintertime. And boy, did I have a load on. And I was like, oh, I got to get out of here. So I went to get my coat. And I thought, oh, man, I got to lay down. So I laid down on top of all this coat. And then all of a sudden, it was like, bleh. I like blew chunks all over everybody's coats.
Oh no!
And you know what I
Oh,
did?
that was you.
You know what I
What did you do?
I left. I didn't
Did they
tell
know it was
anybody.
you?
Oh,
Oh, I don't know that, but boy, there were some sorry people there. It was
I hope
like,
none of them are watching.
Oh, geez.
maybe.
So
You
let's get
never
to the
know.
movie that we've been talking
All
about.
right.
It's the story of a dancer who is, she's a ballet
Natalie Portman
yeah,
as the ballet dancer.
and she wants to be in this production of Swan Lake, was it, or whatever?
Yeah.
So she's she's practicing every day and just getting real obsessed with it, and
No, her whole life has been
Yeah,
about
it revolves
that.
around
And
the
then
ballet.
that crazy
stuff.
mother that was like freaking me out.
Barbara Hershey.
Barbara Hershey.
I think she's had work done or something.
No,
something
she needs
needs
that.
to
No,
work.
she
have
didn't
some
have work. She
work.
looked like she had some kind of.
I don't know.
She's-
She was
There's
scary
like a
though.
Scary creepiness.
She's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
She now joins the whole sort of crazy mother thing.
Yeah, she's
you
like
know?
they remade that No Wire Hangers.
Yeah,
Couldn't you
yeah,
see her doing
Yeah,
that?
she could do
Screaming
that.
and all
She
that.
could do that. Carrie's mother.
Yeah,
She's now joined the annals of crazy.
crazy
you know?
mothers.
I'm just gonna say that I love Darren Aronofsky's stuff, but I think that nothing will ever really top Requiem for a Dream. I think that's
The
the
thing
best
is,
one,
Requiem
so-
for a Dream. The
It's
first
so
time
depressing,
I watched
but-
that end of the movie.
Yeah.
You know, I admit this. I cry to movies. I'm emotional at movies. I cried for almost an hour or two
You
after
just
Requiem for a Dream.
you watch
I saw
all the
in seventh
characters
grade.
fall apart, and you
I-
know
it
by the
really-
end it's just
Was not a good movie for me. It's like remember with
Yeah.
6 Feet Under when that ended? Do you remember how for like a
Oh,
week or two
that
we
was-
were like,
Everybody
we
cried.
were like suicidal?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
I mean, it
was
was
so
terrible.
sad.
Cried like a bitch.
I've never watched the show
Yeah.
again. I don't want to
Yeah.
watch it again. It's too depressing.
No,
Well,
it's
if I hear
beautiful.
that
It's a
Amy
good
Mann
show, but-
music, I think of
No, not I'm a man.
Not Amy, man.
No.
That's Sia or something?
Sia.
Oh.
Sia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
this
that's
movie had a
right.
kind of depressing thing again. He always kind of, I don't want to ruin anything, but he kind of ends his movies always with a similar
Well,
note.
he's not up.
the wrestler too.
Absolutely.
Sort of.
No, he's not
Absolutely.
upbeat at all. And this movie, it's one of those things where you can't tell what's real in it. And now I know a lot of people go into it for the lesbian scene.
Yeah.
The lesbian scene. And there wasn't too much to that.
If you want to
was
see a lesbian scene, rent an ex-lesbian movie. You know, there was no lesbian.
But that's
sex
a lot of
scenes.
people sent me comments like, "Oh, I see you're seeing that."
Yeah.
Sure, everyone's
The
seeing it for
making
that
out and all
reason.
that.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much to it though.
No. Well, if you know anything about a dancer's body, they're really very, very asexual looking, and Natalie Portman really did look the part. She played
Yeah.
a really good part, but you know, there's not a whole lot of voluptuousness, and there really
No.
wasn't much voluptuousness here at all. I thought it was very clinical. I mean, it was not arousing in any way.
No.
No.
It's funny though. Every time I think of Mila Kunis, I think of how she's been with Macaulay Culkin for 8 years. Can you believe that?
That's funny.
I liked her in
It's like,
Extract too.
Oh, I
That
like
was
her.
good.
She's very cute. She's got a little bit of a poppy eye thing going on though.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
She
know.
kind of reminds me of Tiffany Shepard, and I know no one knows who Tiffany Shepard
I don't
is,
know who the
but
hell
she's
that
got a
is.
similar quality to her.
All
I
right.
always get slightly reminded.
Now let's just say one thing that comes with all of his films is really great music and score, and it was the same score
Well, this
as
didn't have a lot of. Most of it was just classical music.
it was Clint Mansell. He does all that stuff.
There was
Right,
there was a
but
few
it was-
pieces of really good score that he did,
Yeah.
and then a lot of this classical stuff. And
Yeah, for the
sometimes
ballet
those
stuff.
classical scores bother me a little bit.
Well,
I didn't mind it. It
It
seemed
fit
like
the
it was.
part, I
It
mean,
did,
yeah.
you know.
if you've ever been to the ballet, and I don't think
I think the
Sean
only
has
thing I
ever
ever
been
saw
to
that
the
included
ballet.
a ballet scene was Little Rascals. I was thinking about like what did I ever
That's
watch
good.
with ballet scenes?
Kim, we never took him to the ballet, did we?
No.
That's because you know why? Because they don't have food.
They made wasn't
That's
it
why.
Nutcracker?
He wouldn't have sat through it.
Wasn't the Nutcracker that Macaulay Culkin was in a ballet movie kind of?
Sort
Remember
of.
that? And remember
Sort
like
of.
it wasn't very good though.
No.
Remember nobody liked it. I think I rented it. It made me a little sick.
Well,
Yeah.
many things make you
Yeah,
sick.
You were a little
This
sick
movie
after
made him
this
sick.
movie.
That's
With
After he got out,
Barbie.
if he didn't want to eat, he says, "I don't want to eat."
Well, his
He
back
said, "I've
was
lost
locked.
my appetite," and
You
all
No,
that
my
stuff.
back still cracked. I'm still been cracking it, trying to align it into shape. After
I know,
those
you
seats.
started to try and crack it in the chair in the restaurant, and they were looking at you like you're going to break the
And
chair.
then, but the thing is with this theater is everybody in there is so uptight. If you try and make
Yeah.
jokes like, "Oh, hey everyone, we're gonna sit in Lincoln's seat," so
No, like
It's like, what
some
in the
people were
world with
openly
these people?
complaining about it too, which I understand fully because we've been there enough to know that it's really
Yeah.
and I mean
Not
they're
quality.
complaining. The one person was mad that I was talking over the. Well, son, there ain't much I can do for you.
everyone's
They're
seen
mad
that
about
now. That
the
True Grit
Which,
trailer.
I mean, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Ain't much I can do for you, son.
Oh, I want to see that.
I mean, yeah.
I like the Big
Why
Lebowski.
is
I
it
prefer that.
PG-13
But
though? Why isn't we like that PG-13? The
I don't know,
Coen
it
Brothers
could've-
make it a PG-13 movie now?
it doesn't seem
It
like
doesn't
their
seem
style.
like their thing, does it to you?
No, I don't know.
You think it was cut for the teens?
I don't know.
Do
Maybe.
you think teens even want to see that?
Well, no, it's more
Maybe
an
it's
old
for
man's.
old It's like a
movie.
spaghetti
Yeah,
western or
with
something.
John Wayne. Yeah, it's an old man's movie.
Wouldn't it be cool if they had Clint Eastwood in it?
Well, that would be cool.
My
But Clint Eastwood's done an awful lot of
Torino.
those.
But he hasn't done a western in years.
Not for a while.
So
no.
he could have been. They could have had him do a cameo at the bar or something.
No, I like her.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it'd be all right.
And like any surviving Western stars,
yeah,
you know,
it'd
they're
be
left.
okay.
They could have been cameos.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Maybe they did it.
Yeah.
Didn't you
I
think
don't
that
know.
this had some cool like makeup work and all of that with the different dancers?
I like
and all
the
that
black
stuff?
Now Winona
Swan
Ryder
makeup.
was in it. We didn't mention that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And what do you think of Winona Ryder in the movie?
It wasn't convincing.
Not
really.
believable.
Yeah.
No, I
Not
not
she
either. I
wasn't
kind
the
of felt like
right
she was on set
person.
for 3 or 4
Not,
days.
yeah,
Got it
but,
done.
Yeah.
but not believable body type
As
for
a
this
dancer.
diva prima ballerina.
Mhm.
She didn't
Yeah.
look
And there were no
thin
scenes
enough.
of it either. They had
No.
no sequence of her doing it ballet.
Well,
she
you
was
know
like
what
getting
that
out
is.
of
She
it.
couldn't do
I
it.
mean, that'd have been like getting me to do it.
I don't think
Well,
she'd fit in those shoes.
I mean,
and all
it'd
that
be
stuff.
like Fred Flintstone when he took the ballet lessons
Yeah.
to learn to bowl.
But it would have been cool if they at least had one just to show that
Yeah.
she was the big star. You know what I mean? Because she was basically
Yeah,
fired.
that I didn't get. I wouldn't have cast her. I mean,
No, they should have. Because there should have been some flashbacks.
I mean, and I like her.
yeah,
For Beetlejuice and everything else.
and growing her up with, and
But it just she wasn't believable to me
No,
as the
Yeah.
star of this dance company.
Now, about this movie though, what would you give it as a rating? Do you think this is a movie for everybody? Do you think people should see this? What do you think?
So all of his stuff come with unsettling imagery, like Pi, for example, his first film. So I wouldn't say that people that aren't into thinking movies and stuff of that sort would really enjoy it, but I mean, if you're into dancing and all
Yeah,
that stuff,
I mean,
that's cool,
you
but-
know what his movies are. They're a
Yeah,
little
they're
like
always down
David
beat.
Cronenberg.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit like that to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is not a mainstream movie, and that's why
They're
it was.
trying to market it as.
They're
well.
trying to
Yeah.
By the
market it
lesbian
that,
scene.
but then why the hell don't they put it in a mainstream theater?
I know. That's what
Why
I
the
think,
hell
though,
does it have
because-
to be in the art
Exactly.
shit box? You know.
I know. And why is it all the art theaters out here are those terrible old theaters?
I know.
Like in Baltimore, they had that
Absolutely.
one. That's the one thing I miss about Baltimore is the landmark.
Well, it
theater.
isn't just that. I mean, look at Philadelphia. Philadelphia has a was the Ritz, then it became the Landmark. Really elegant stadium seating, really nice.
I
So
know.
yeah,
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
it's playing in ArcLight, but that's all the way in LA.
Yeah.
What would you give it as a rating? I'd say at least 4.
Yeah,
and a half.
definitely.
Yeah, 4
Not
stars.
a perfect movie, but
No.
it's
Not as
there's
good
a
as
few
some of his
little
others,
things that I
but
would change.
yeah.
And I think Requiem for a Dream is I think The Wrestler is my favorite of his movies.
I like Requiem for a
The
Dream.
Wrestler
'Cause
too.
everyone
I like
in
the
that was
rest of it
great.
a lot.
I love that scene when he gets pissed with the cheese
right.
and punches the thing.
And quits,
He was so good in that movie. You know
He
what I mean?
really was.
And the thing that's a shame is he has a comeback, but I feel like he's not doing dramatic things now. He's going back and just doing.
Well, he's doing comic book characters and
Yeah,
stuff
but I
too.
want to see him do more
I know.
dramas because he's so good.
I know.
Yeah.
He's
I know.
almost beneath some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
Now we want
at
to.
least he's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we've gotten real into? Sean likes them too, is these candies from the 90s, now and laters. It's like a
No,
three...
we didn't get into them. The question is, what the hell is going on here? These
What?
things have been out of circulation everywhere.
Can you people
For like
get them anywhere where
12
you live? I
years.
mean, we never found them in
It
Maryland.
says
and
now they're made in
Well,
Mexico.
they're made in Mexico.
So I'm
Yeah.
convinced that they
So-
made in 1992.
it
and
says
they're the same
1992
ones.
on this package, but I mean, does that mean like that's when the company
Don't you remember
started?
me
Or
walking around the Golden Ring Mall or the Owens Mills Mall with them?
Kind of.
Sean, you
that's-
are always
You always
walking
had
around with some
something
sort
to
of
eat.
food, some sort of candy in your hand.
Here's another
I
one.
can't keep track.
Tony's Pizza, the cheap pizza. They had a Tony's Pizza
Yeah.
stand there. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, no one. I bet no one knows
Or
there was a
Dippin'
Tony's
Dots.
Pizza location.
Oh, I don't like them.
Yeah, Dipping Dots.
the ice cream
Yeah,
of the
well,
future.
Sean always got diarrhea.
No,
from
that
that.
wasn't me. That
Ethan.
was Ethan.
Oh, Ethan.
Remember
Oh
we
yeah, I
went to
think that
Florida?
I used to be like
And then
lactose
there was a year
intolerant
in
and then
Florida
grew
of
out of
shitting
it.
his pants.
yeah.
That was back
And
in
then
the
we went to
day.
Disney, and all these people were all the
Yeah.
Disney.
We've told this
Mouseketeers
before,
and all were
but
there.
No, we didn't tell all of this.
downtown Disney
Yeah.
in like 1999 or
98
something.
or something.
I don't know. I was young and foolish, but
Get shit in your pants.
my
on the
bowels
trip.
loosened here at the downtown Disney there.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I wanted to shop, and he's pooping.
And they're all busy doing the shopping, buying like vases with Mickey on them and stuff for $500. And so I just had to sit in it. And of course there's,
And then people would sit down next to him and then go, "Ooh," and then run off.
and then they'd be like, oh,
Well,
what's
it was
that? Is that
everywhere.
manure?
It was everywhere.
Big
No,
manure.
Oh, he shit himself at
like 3
SeaWorld.
times. You
Like
wiped-
4
you cleaned
times
him
in
up,
one
Then
day.
he did it
And
again, and he made him
he
sit and not shit
refused
too.
to clean it on
Well,
like the
you know,
4th
you
time.
can
So I
only-
just
Look here, you can only wipe an ass so many
Yeah.
times.
I watched Shamu
and you
sitting
know-
in it.
No,
What's
we
the
didn't get to
difference?
stay.
No.
I got
Oh,
the
yeah.
We
best
went back
seat.
to the Shamu show.
The
Yeah.
best
off,
seat.
if anybody's been to the Shamu show, it smells like shit anyway.
He probably would have ate
and
us
you
or
get
something.
splashed. So I
Yeah.
figured, well, what the hell? If the whole thing
Smell
smells
of
like
rama.
shit and there's liquid and water flying all over the place, well, he might as well shit his pants there.
I have to tell you guys some embarrassing stories from school, but I'll save that for another time,
Yeah.
I guess. But
So now, what would you two say about the movie? So we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because people have, we may have disgusted them about talking about shit.
yeah,
I
so
doubt
let's
it.
redeem it
They
by.
came here to talk about a movie that's probably going to get up for an Academy
Well,
Award.
there's no
and then we
doubt.
talk about Butt Duke.
There's no doubt.
And
It always comes
Living
back to that.
Yeah, but it always all sort of boils down to that. Bodily fluids.
Yeah.
Let's just
You know?
say I enjoyed it more than I did Love and Other Drugs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we saw that movie.
Or that.
We
Yeah,
didn't even
it
bother
wasn't
to
worth
We didn't even
reviewing it,
tell
I'll
you
tell
about
you.
Anne Hathaway though, like getting topless.
Well,
in
yeah,
that.
Anne Hathaway.
She was showing everything.
She is showing everything. Natalie Portman, no.
Well,
She-
there's
Natalie
nothing to
Portman-
And Jake Gyllenhaal was
Natalie
showing
Portman
butt.
does not take her
What is
clothes
that?
off.
No.
She's got a no nudity
Oh, that's
clause.
No.
I'm sure. I'm
Christina
convinced.
Ricci used to have that, and now look at her now. She can't
Oh,
help herself.
Christina Ricci would never take her clothes
Yeah.
off. Now they can't keep them on.
Yeah, she's like, she can't do
keep
it,
them on.
whatever.
I liked
She
her in
takes them off
Pumpkin.
for everything.
I know.
Yeah, Pumpkin was great.
Go see that.
Yeah, no, you can't go see
Oh,
it.
not go
like
see
her
it.
better.
Find
On
it.
DVD.
Find it or something.
Oh, I much preferred her chubby.
Yeah,
Oh,
Buffalo 66
absolutely.
was her best
She's
look.
not my look now at all.
No.
I agree. All right, then.
Well, it's time
Anyway,
to get out of here
No, wait,
now.
I have to say thank you to everybody for your nice comments about my cooking. And I'm sorry for anybody that lives in another country that they can't find the ingredients.
I know,
But
that's-
you can change some of it.
Yeah,
You could,
substitute
you
it.
could
Now, I
put
think
in.
they can find them if they go to a world market there or something. Don't you think? Because we
So
have.
you
those
could
things
use
here.
pretzels instead of the Chinese noodles.
Yeah, I'm probably still buying
So-
it.
Because
They're
remember though,
probably-
we went to that place that you want to go to, that German sausage place.
That was interesting,
disgusting.
but not something you
No,
would
it's in
want.
there
Tip
like-
top.
Oh, Tip Top Meats.
Yeah, ew.
Well,
We
you
I
went
know,
felt like I was in the
Ew.
IKEA of foods
I don't know
or
if
something.
anybody really wants to have a whole plate of wieners.
No, I don't.
We
Every
not
different
schnitzel.
kind of wiener on the planet.
Yeah.
Big curled wieners, big skinny wieners.
Ones that took up the whole display case.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into
Yeah.
that, I don't.
That's not my thing.
That's like
Not my bag.
sauerbraten and German food.
That's called burping and belching all night.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
pooping your pants.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably
Well-
pulling an Ethan Phillips circa 99 or something.
Yeah.
And you doing that Justin Bieber thing going, straighten your hair. You
Well,
straighten your hair
I'm
like that.
hoping to go blonde with it soon, so you guys won't be able to say Bieber anymore because it'll be different, but you know.
All right, well, let's get out of here now.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
you go
Maybe I ought to go blonde with mine.
Yeah.
The beard.
Buy your beard.
Let's talk about your pube shaving next, Mila. Let's get out of here now.
Oh, jeez.
Shut it
Stop,
off.
shut it off. Let's get out of
Bye-bye.
here.
Bye.
Bye.